Hello and welcome to today's Beaufort County News headlines. I'm Chloe G, and here are today's top stories. Things are heating up here in the Low Country, and that comes with a warning for all pet owners. Beaufort County Animal Services is warning everyone about alligators. This comes after they say a gator killed a dog over the weekend. They didn't specify where this happens, but they are urging all pet owners to keep your dogs away from any bodies of water. As the weather gets warmer, more alligators will be coming out. Here are a few safety tips to the Beaufort County Animal Services released. Make sure your dog is on a leash, especially near water. Do not let dogs swim in potentially dangerous areas. Avoid dusk and dawn. Alligators are more active during these times. Stay alert and check for any local alligator reports. In 2023, the U.S. Supreme Court upended federal protections for America's wetlands. The 5-4 decision in Sackett versus EPA redefined a protected wetland under the Clean Water Act, stripping protections for many of the nation's marshes, lakes, and streams. Environmental advocacy groups and regulators have spent nearly 2 years trying to understand the full scope of the decision. Now, a new report from the National Resources Defense Council, a nonprofit advocacy group, offers a look at which South Carolina wetlands might have federal protections stripped away. The NRDC estimates that under the most damaging interpretation of Sackett, more than 1.77 million acres of South Carolina's wetlands could soon lack federal Clean Water Act protections. That's about 3/4 of the government-regulated total. The Supreme Court's ruling, however it is interpreted, is going to be significantly harmful to the nation's waters and water quality, said John Devine, director of the NRDC's Freshwater Ecosystem Program and co-author of the report. In Charleston County alone, between 18,000 and 69,000 wetland acres might be at risk, according to the NRDC report. Exactly how many acres are vulnerable depends on several factors, according to the NRDC. The nonprofit modeled 3 potential routes for wetland regulation under the decision. Those are defined under the categories of damaging, more damaging, and most damaging. Absent state protections with the now shaky federal framework, it's been left largely up to local governments across South Carolina to protect their wetlands, Poole said. Only Bluffton so far has passed an ordinance to shield its wetlands in the wake of the Supreme Court decision, the Post and Courier has reported. And as a reminder, the deadline for the plastic survey is due on April 1st. In 2018, Beaufort County Council passed an ordinance that was intended to limit the number of plastic bags that ended up in our fragile environment. The county is considering revisiting the ordinance to ensure that it is having the intended effect and is being fairly implemented. Counties, municipalities, and countries around the world are at a pivotal point in the battle against plastic pollution. Global production and use of plastics has outpaced population growth, and 8 million pieces of plastic pollution make their way into the ocean every single day. Beaufort County aims to create healthier, safer, and livable communities through the reduction of environmental pollutants. The survey, which can be found online, has 2 options, one for consumers, the other for business owners. Both surveys are brief, and there are also 2 fact sheets that can be downloaded for further information. One fact sheet involves plastic bag bans, and the other is entitled Low Country Plastic Fact Sheet. So, just as a reminder, please make sure that you are able to fill out the plastic survey before April 1st because your feedback is very important to Beaufort County. However, that is all the time I have for today's headlines. If you're interested in any of the stories that you heard here today, you can check out any one of these sources that you see on your screen. Thank you, and have a great rest of your Thursday, Beaufort County.